There's two very important parts in the success of a restaurant. The flow, how it feels for our guests. For me, it's really helpful when clients have the following things. They need to know their budget, first and foremost. They need to know their timeline, and they need to know their floor plate of their building, whether it's an existing building that we have to fix or floor plans of a new construction. Without those, I can never do anything. There's two very important parts in the success of a restaurant. The flow, how it feels for our guests, so that on a Monday night when there's only 8 people in the restaurant, it doesn't feel empty. So creating separate spaces in a restaurant that allow for busy nights on a Friday, but quieter moments on a Monday. The other thing that's very important for success is operationally where and how our staff works, where the service stations are, how far do they have to walk, how is the entrance in and out of the kitchen, where does the water come from. So I think if you don't understand the operations of a restaurant, it's really hard to design them. I would love many more designers to become very aware of us as designers, that we're not the end goal, right? We're doing things to make the restaurants more successful. So although, of course, what we do, we have to take it very serious, we shouldn't take ourselves too serious in what we're doing. We're doing it to make other people more successful. So we're making people feel good, we're making restaurant owners operate better and get guests hopefully for a long time, so they don't have to change their restaurant 5 years later or 10 years later because it's dated. So I think some humility is really important to have if you want to be a long-term successful designer. So you position yourself as a partner and a helper to your clients instead of making it about your design. I think most restaurants can do, or restaurant owners can do everything themselves if they have taste, except lighting. Lighting is the most important part. Like, I can always tell when I go in a restaurant where they didn't use a designer. The furniture might be great, the layout might even still be great, but the lighting many times is off, and I think a lot of restaurant owners underestimate how important lighting is for the right atmosphere. Up-and-coming designers, learn the actual technicality of what it is to be a designer. I think many young designers look at others' work that is already completed on Pinterest or in magazines, and many want to skip the ways how to get there. So learning the technical skills, both from a software capabilities, but also just understanding how millwork works, how lighting works, knowing the actual, what maybe seems like the boring part of restaurant design. If you get those under your belt, you can actually really execute on great concepts you might have.